to the Thunder. Is it LA or is it Golden State?
Either one. I mean, this is the Expendables, right? Like, you love this. I hope they face each other in the playoffs. But when you talk about a threat, I will go with the Lakers because they have the two stars. And when you have two stars on the floor, you have the better chance to win a playoff series. You think about it in a series against the Thunder, Luka Doncic has already beaten them in the playoffs last year, so he's got that experience. He can deal with the torture chamber and everything else they're going to throw at him. And then there's LeBron James. If you're power ranking the stars in a series like that, SGA might be an MVP candidate, might even win it. But are you really putting him number one when it comes to power ranking the three stars in that series? The Lakers are going to have two of the top three players. When you have the most stars, you usually have the best chance to win.
Oklahoma City 1-2 against Golden State this season. They do have a win against the Lakers, but next week they play them twice in a back-to-back. Alan Hahn joining us this morning on SportsCenter, breaking it down. Thanks, Alan. Regular season wins. SGA hosting the Pistons, these feisty Pistons without Cade Cunningham, bruised left calf. The Thunder 28-1 against the Eastern Conference this season. They're good. The numbers continue to get impressive. 69th consecutive game with 20 points for SGA. Look at the rest of that panel. Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame. SGA well on his way to his first MVP. He put the Thunder up 97-81 going into the fourth quarter of this game. They got other shooters and players on this team. Nice ball movement. Lou Dort. Triple got it. Thunder up 112-103. Under a minute and a half left in the game. Same score. OKC ended this game on a 12-0 run. They know how to put away teams. SGA had a game-high 33 points. Thunder get their 11th straight win. If they win out, they can get to 70, but got to play the Lakers twice, a couple other playoff teams. What about the Cavs? Best in the East. Taking on the Knicks, still without Jalen Brunson. The Knicks can't beat any of the teams they're looking up at in the standings. That's the Celtics. That's the Cavaliers. 0-3 against them this season. Big reason why that's going to stay winless against the Cavs. Donovan Mitchell, 9 points in the third quarter. They were up half a dozen in the third. And then Strus to Mitchell, 3 of his 27. Light work. And then cookies. Jared Allen or LeBron James? You be the judge. Why are you laughing, dude? Because even Jared Allen's laughing. Listen to him.
I wanted to look like Bron, trying to bring it back. I looked at the replay. Nothing close.
Man, Jared Allen is a lovable dude, and I don't know what you're talking about. Those are the same picture. There's LeBron James left, LeBron James right. LeJared James helping the Cavs get another double-digit win, 124-105. All right, mention those Knicks. They haven't been terrible without Jalen Brunson, but there is a drop-off since the star point guard has gone down with an ankle injury. 6 points fewer per game the Knicks have been able to generate, and fellow Villanova alum Josh Hart's shooting percentage drops about 10% in those games.
All right, our senior NBA insider Shams Charania is with us on SportsCenter this morning. Shams, Jalen Brunson said on Sunday his goal was to return before the end of the regular season. What are you hearing about when we could see Brunson back on the court?
Randy, good news is expected soon for the New York Knicks. I'm told that Jalen Brunson is progressing close to making his return to action. There is optimism that he could be back within the next few games. They play a back-to-back over the weekend, Saturday in Atlanta, and then Sunday at home against the Suns. He could be back as soon as this weekend. He's been out for the last month or so. He has resumed full basketball activities, but for him it is important. Being back comfortable, they need him 100% or as close to 100% as he can get going into the stretch run and the playoffs.
They're such a different team when he's in the lineup. The Knicks close out the regular season on April 13th against Brooklyn. Meanwhile, the NBA, Shams, is investigating Ja Morant for appearing to mimic shooting a gun toward the Warriors bench Tuesday. This was during Tuesday's loss to Golden State. The incident occurring during a timeout, about 20 seconds left in regulation. NBA is also looking into the Warriors' Buddy Hield's gesture before Morant's. The NBA has twice suspended Morant for brandishing a firearm on social media. Shams, what more can you tell us here?
Randy, the NBA started its investigation on Wednesday. That included calls, conversations with Ja Morant, Buddy Hield, other involved parties. I expect that potentially to continue here today. As we saw in footage, Buddy Hield was potentially seen doing a gesture to Morant first, and then they were both shown here on camera. The sense around people I talked to in the NBA, around the NBA, is that this is probably a fine at most, but the NBA is going to do its due diligence, is going to do the calls and the conversations that are necessary yesterday and over the next several hours.
Well, habitual line stepping here. Morant and the Grizzlies have lost 7 of 8 games. That's Sharpe with the latest on SportsCenter. We got the Heat, we got the Celtics. The Celtics going without Kristaps Porzingis. Illness reconditioning was the classification. Al Horford has a toe problem. Drew Holiday has a shoulder issue. The Heat have a Jason Tatum problem. And then later a Jaylen Brown problem. And suddenly this massive lead for Miami is just whittled down to 6 after Tatum dropped a couple more of his 16 points. But in the fourth, man, it was Tyler time. It was Tyler the creator. Let me be your hero. It's a triple.
You're so close to my ear.
Don't worry about it. What cologne are you wearing? He had 2 threes. Bam Adebayo floating home a couple of his 21 to go with 6 dimes. And the Heat would pull away here. Hero had 25 for the 4th straight game. It's a 21-point loss at home for Boston, their worst home loss since 2021.
We are 3 weeks away from the NFL draft. Field Yates.
All right, let's head to the morning shoot-around. Catch up on the best from the association last night. SGA, another 30-point game, 33 in total. It's his 48th game with 30 points this season. That's 11 more than any other player. It's no wonder he's your MVP favorite. Not mine. Mine's Jokic. Same with Garrett.
I agree.
AD was also busy on Wednesday. 34 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 blocks. Davis also delivering the game-winning shot for the Mavs. Game-preserving defense on Trae Young. It was his first game winner in the final 5 seconds since the 2020 playoffs against Denver. The Celtics had their 9-game win streak snapped by the Heat, who have now won 6 straight of their own. Tyler Hero was the star for Miami, dropping 25 in the win. 21 and 6 dimes for Bam Adebayo. And then the Cavs are back to their winning ways thanks to Donovan Mitchell, who scored a game-high 27 points against the Knicks. Cleveland came back from a 15-point deficit to go ahead and button this thing up. The Cavs just keep on winning. 61 this season, having the second most in franchise history. It's their 40th win by double digits, one shy of the franchise record. Cleveland has now scored 120 or more in 6 straight games. Gary, that ties the longest streak in team history.
Time now to chop it up. NBA analyst Alan Hansum, you can call him later. What's your biggest concern with the Cavs heading into the playoffs, Alan?
I have no concerns for the Cavs whatsoever. How do you have a concern about a 60-win team? And this is not like out of the blue because they were a good team last year. The issue with the Cavaliers has been in the postseason is, are they a team that has that kind of mettle to get through 4 rounds of basketball to win a championship? I think the coaching change was everything. This is not shade on J.B. Bickerstaff, who's done a great job in Detroit. This is about what Kenny Atkinson is bringing to this team, because the roster really didn't change that dramatically. It's the same cast of characters. They made a great addition with DeAndre Hunter. They've got depth. Ty Jerome, what a find he has been. But I just think Kenny Atkinson and what he has brought to this team, the mind games he knows how to play, the experience he's had as an assistant in Golden State, I feel like this is not a team anybody should be overlooking or saying, oh, the Celtics are better, they're going to walk right past them.
Yeah.
There's not a lot that concerns me about this team, man.
They're beating everybody by double digits.